Hello, I'm Jenny Parker. In this short video, I'm going to talk about how you can get started on Task 2. First, we'll go to the EDM 113 homepage on the LMS and click on the Task 2 section for Digital Citizenship. In this section, we'll find everything we need to get going on Task 2. There's the due date. It tells you that we're needing to use our website and also creating a digital poster. There's an example here at the top of the page showing the sorts of things that you could do and how you could display that on your web page. We'll have a look at that in a moment. The Task 2 details, which obviously is the first place that you would look at, so we can see what it is that we need to do for Task 2. Okay, we're going to be researching safe, ethical and responsible use of ICT in an online environment. And we need to create 3 web pages on our website and a poster of digital guidelines for students. Research and create 3 web pages on your website on up-to-date information targeted at children, parents or teachers on each of those 3 topics. And create a digital poster that could be later printed and put on a classroom wall for students on one issue you've researched regarding safe, responsible and ethical use. And you need to link a copy of your poster on your website. So first you need to research those 3 areas. What is safe use of the web? What is responsible use? What is ethical use? And what are some of the topics that fall under those things? And then you just pick one issue and create a poster on it. So let's go and have a look at the example website and see how that's been presented. Now let's go and have a look at the example website and I'll show you the process that I use to work through this particular task. You can see up the top I have some new pages since Task 1. There's a page called Digital Citizenship. There's a page called Digital Citizenship, Safe Web Use, Responsible Web Use, Ethical Web Use. So let's first off have a look at that Digital Citizenship page. On this page is where I've actually linked my poster and I've just put a little bit of information about what digital citizenship is. And that is a quote that I've taken from another website, so I have referenced who it is and the date, and as you can see I've italiced it to indicate it's a quote. I've also included a video from YouTube. I don't need to reference this particular video because all YouTube videos have a link back to YouTube and that is the reference. You're actually linking people back to exactly where you got it from. But I have put a little bit of a spiel underneath it just to explain what the video is about. And I've also put some information here about the target audience for my poster and links to the pages that I've created, which were in the top menu. I've added a little bit of a description about my poster so that you know before you click on it what it's all about. And also I've included a little bit of information about the tool that I used and how I made it. Down here you can see I've put some downloadable versions and I've put them in a couple of different versions. You don't have to do that. For Task 2 you just need to make sure that you have a link to it and that people could save a copy of that to be able to print it later. I've also included an actual image of my poster here on the right hand side, and right at the top you can see I've got a link to the online version of my poster as well. And if you click on that it will take you to the technology I used, which was Pictochart. And for my poster, I've actually just picked one little issue out of the safe, responsible and ethical use of ICT on the web, and that's attributing Creative Commons licensed images. I'm just going to close that and return back to the website, and we can have a quick look at the other pages. What I did to categorise these under safe, responsible and ethical was I looked at the lecture presentation about the introduction to Web 2. Towards the end of the on-campus lecture in week 3, Jan talked about areas to research for Task 2. When I started to look at how I would put my page together and what I needed to research, I came back to this slide and I categorised some of these issues under those three broad headings: safe, responsible and ethical use of the web. And under safe use of the web, I put privacy, cyberbullying, cyberstalking, trolling, netiquette, sexting and grooming. You might find others that fit under safe use of the web, or you might not include all of these. But the purpose of this particular assignment is for you to find out what all these things are. You need to research, you need to show evidence of your research, and you do that by including links to the things you looked at and by summarising and talking about the information that you've read. You can also see here that I've inserted an image, and this is actually an example of using ethical use of the web because I've used a Creative Commons licensed image and I have referenced it correctly. So if you want to know how to reference Creative Commons images correctly, you just need to look at my poster. I've also included information about netiquette from the Murdoch website because this is also suitable for my target audience, which is secondary school students, and a brief definition about what sexting and grooming is and some links to information that advise how you can protect yourself and what to do if that happens to you. The responsible web use, I categorised online presence, my digital footprint, and critical evaluation, flaming, non-discriminative language were some of the things that I felt fitted under that particular topic. And again, I've included images. In this case, it's an image that I've created myself. So I've put the credit down the bottom, created by me, and the date. And I haven't shared that as a Creative Commons, so that means that that's automatically copyright protected to me. And if anyone wants to use this picture, they would need to contact me to obtain permission. However, the image above, you can see, does have a Creative Commons license on it, and so therefore that license grants people permission to use it as long as they acknowledge that it's my work. And I've given the links to where you can find that and how to acknowledge it underneath. So again, that's demonstrating my ethical use, and so is all of the links to the information that I found on the web. I'm referencing or citing back or attributing other people's work correctly. And finally, under ethical web use, I've included attribution, copyright and plagiarism, and Creative Commons. So literally that's what you need to do. You need to demonstrate what you researched, how you researched, what you found, and summarise it in your own words. You can include quotes, but not everything should be a quote. Definitely do not copy and paste from someone else's site. If you do include a quote, make sure you acknowledge and attribute it back to the original author by adding a link back to their page, and the same with images or any other media that you might put on. And there's another example of a Creative Commons image and how it's been referenced. So once you've researched those three areas, safe, responsible and ethical use, then you would pick one particular topic within that area. And as I said, I chose attributing Creative Commons licensed images and create an online poster, which could be later printed and put on your classroom wall when you're doing your prac or in your future teaching. Remember, if you've come across any hiccups and problems, or if there's something you're not sure about or what it means, do a Google search, find out the terms and the terminology that you're talking about. And of course, remember there's resources on the LMS, and let's go back and have a look at them. That will help you research the different areas of safe, ethical and responsible use of the web. In the lecture schedule, that's one of the most important areas. You'll find lots of information and help to get you going on Task 2. Here in the Week 3 section, you can see Task 2 starts. There's a couple of videos there, how to attribute others' work in an online environment, and this is related to ethical use on the web. How to submit your Task 1, you will have done that. And there's links to copyright and Creative Commons, digital literacy and researching. In the next section, week 4, how to get started on task 2 is the video I'm recording at the moment. There's a video on how to select your poster technology, and there's also videos on Google Drive, Skype and Digo, which are a few social media tools that we encourage you to join up and be a part of so that you can practice safe, responsible and ethical use online. You'll also find that these tools will be very relevant, in particular for task 3. You'll find that Google Drive's basic will be a requirement. Okay, you need to add your Google account email to the register so that you can sign up for groups for task 3. And if you haven't got a Google account, you won't be able to sign up. So that's one of the activities that you will have to do. But it is optional whether you join the Digo and the Skype group. But again, by using these tools, you'll be able to discover how you could use them yourself as a teacher in your classroom with your own students. And there's information on the Technology Toolbox for Educators site about all of those topics. Okay, let's go back to the Task 2 section. And you can see those support resources that we just looked at in the lecture section are here. Strongly encourage you to join the Digo and Skype group. You must join and register your Google account email, otherwise you won't be able to sign up for your groups for task 3. If you have any questions or any problems as you're working through task 2, remember to use the task 2 question and answer forum.